All right. So this is a bizarre story. It's a really, like, I just don't even know where to begin. All right. Okay. You ready for this? Okay. So in Albany, New York, a landlord tied up, evicted sleeping tenants, dumping them in a cemetery. Albany man faces kidnapping charges. Tenants were bound with zip ties, tape, and pillowcases over their heads. I covered this story real quick before I read. I covered this story a couple, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. I covered the story of a landlord setting their entire apartment building on fire because they weren't able to evict tenants due to the moratorium. And, again, landlords, they're bloodsuckers. They're leeches. If you make money sitting on a property, not doing anything, because we all know landlords don't fix the plumbing, they don't fix the leaky faucets, they don't fix the fucking shit in the walls. If you sit on money and just make money doing nothing, I'm sorry, you're a bloodsucker, you're a loser, you're a leech, go get a real job. So, this is from the Times-Union. Albany. An Albany landlord has been charged with kidnapping after allegedly tying up 2 tenants with zip ties and tape, placing pillowcases over their heads, and driving them at gunpoint to a rural cemetery in Columbia County, where he dumped them in the snow before dawn on Sunday, according to law enforcement sources and police records. The landlord, 48-year-old Sean Douglas, allegedly was armed with a firearm throughout the incident and may have received help from 2 other suspects on planet Earth. According to police reports, no other arrests have been reported. The alleged kidnapping unfolded between 1 and 8 a.m. on Sunday. All right. The incident began at the multi-unit Grandview Terrace residence where Douglas and his 2 tenants have resided in the city's South End. Douglas, who police records indicate has been arrested previously for charges ranging from assault to violating an order of protection, has owned the residence since 2006, according to property records. The tenant were a 21-year-old woman and a 32-year-old man. They could not be reached for comment. Douglas had apparently grown frustrated because he had been unable to evict tenants due to the COVID-19 restrictions, law enforcement sources said. The tenants were both sleeping at the time that he is accused of attacking and tying them up. The 32-year-old male tenant was allegedly punched and kicked by Douglas and 2 others before being tied up. Police reports on the incident do not provide any details other than the suspects. After the man and woman were bound, Douglas allegedly loaded them into what they told police was a Dodge Durango with the help of 2 other unidentified suspects. They drove the man and woman to a motel that the victims told police may have been in Colony. I don't know where that is. From there, they were driven to the isolated cemetery in Ghent, a rural town in Columbia County about 35 miles southeast of Albany. Police reports indicate Douglas left them tied up in the snow-covered cemetery and drove away. The woman was able to untie herself and walked to a nearby residence to summon help. By allegedly leaving the pair tied up and abandoning them in the wintry conditions, Douglas did expose the victims to risk of serious physical injury, a police report states. Douglas was arrested Monday afternoon and arraigned on charges of second-degree kidnapping. He was being held at Albany County Jail Tuesday afternoon on $50,000 bond. These people are fucking crazy! Never trust a landlord. I'm telling you this right now. Never trust a landlord. They're not your friend. They're not your buddy. They're not your cool neighbor, bro. Never trust a landlord. Holy shit, money. What the fuck?